the most recent Forbidden and Limited list with a new change to the game, getting you that grass looks greener. And this is incentivizing players to play 60 card decks again. What are we seeing here on Gabriel's side?
All right, we're leading with a Fiendsmith Tract, so not quite into the engine just yet. But tell us a little bit about the new somewhat new Lightsworn cards that haven't really seen as much popularity previous. Oh, that's a Light Fiend, of course. You can just search the Vice here. So tell us, a little bit about what these cards do.
Yeah, these cards are milling a bunch. Basically, you can now, with almost a one-card combo, search for Judgment Dragon or Punishment Dragon. You're going through half your deck in the first turn, basically. And now look at this combo. Wise putting Wolf on top of the deck, special summoning itself, milling 2 cards. Oh, surprise! We hit a Wolf, but upsetting as well.
Surprise,
and
surprise.
now this is immediately the new Minerva, the best card that was ever printed for the Lightsworn deck. Maybe next to the Dragonling, but this one is going to send 2 Lightsworn cards from the deck to the graveyard with different types, so you can't send Wolf and Felice, you have to send some different ones, but this is so good, because then afterwards you can banish those cards and then mill the same amount of cards that you banished in terms of Lightsworn monsters from the graveyard. Minerva just does so much for the deck.
And there, apparently it is. He was considering just maybe going for something else, but it is in the end the Minerva. Also interesting to see, drawing Wolf apparently not that big of an issue anymore, right? In 2013, drawing Wolf was pretty bad, but he made very good use of that. But there is also very good use of a super popular trap card in the form, and that is Infinite Impermanence. And interestingly enough, looking at the list of Leonardo, there was not many options he could have drawn there. Impermanence pretty much was one of the only interactions he had in his deck.
I like to liken the new Minerva similar to Magic Chaos Ruler. It's very similar in the sense that you mill a lot of cards. Here is a level 8 Synchro up to the number of materials used for Lightsworn names specifically. But being stopped on the Infinite Impermanence here is actually really huge. However, we do have the Light Fiend of Vice, which means we can bring out the Engraver and then go into our Requiem and do some Fiendsmith shenanigans and see what exactly we can get to. A rank 6 play. We were taking a look at the extra deck earlier, and want to tell us a little bit about the rank 6 possibilities of this deck?
Do you guys remember Kalbeck?
Yeah.
Kinda? It's not Beatrice, that's for sure. I can tell you that it's not going to be Beatrice.
Well, something very similar to Beatrice in some ways. We have Pilgrim Reaper, which is what Gabriel is running in his extra deck here. So basically, it's a rank 6 monster that sends the top 5 cards of the deck to the graveyard, which of course, when you're playing Lightsworn, that seems like a very, very fitting
he's hesitating and he's Link summoning. He's not XYZ summoning. What is this going to be? We just go into Sequence.
Okay.
Sequence can't summon out the Lacrima anymore.
That is also true. Very important options missing, but
here.
As we know, that is of course kind of the only option left. That is going to be the, of course, Fiendsmith Desiree.
Yeah, Desiree here, and then being able to equip from the field here after shuffling away that Requiem means we get the negate of any face-up card.
I'm not sure if... Oh, from the field, wait. Oh, you equip the sequence from the field.
Yes,
smart.
Indeed. But there must be more, right? We do not just pass on that Desiree. I think Gabriel has another play in his hand, maybe. Did he even normal summon yet? Oh, no! We are just with that super, super cool 60-card deck passing on one Desiree. That can't be optimal.
Yeah, that's also a very Lightsworn thing to happen.
That's why you like the deck so much, yeah.
That's what the deck does.
Wow. That's a really cool card that people have been playing as a go-second option. Book of Eclipse, very, very powerful against Yubel if you can resolve it through all of those multiple disruptions. But yeah, being used here immediately to force out the Desiree, not using it in response to keep it face up, just because of Thruster talent.
It's so funny because the book cards were so popular in the Kashtira format we had a while ago. The Book of Moon and Book of Eclipse, and now we see Kashtira Unicorn being back alongside the Book of Eclipse in the same deck here. And both are really popular again, as you said. Book of Eclipse, very much played in Ritual Beast, for example, and as we can see now, even here in this Fiendsmith Snake Eyes deck from Leonardo.
This is really nice here because the Wraith Soth is going to be able to search out any Kashtira, and we are playing some Fenrirs. It's quite a heavy Kashtira package that Sacheti is running. And of course, we can normal summon the Fenrir due to the continuous effect of Birth.
Kashtira cards are just so incredibly flexible. Like, Fenrir is so good on your first turn field or going second into fields. They just provide so many bodies with the Birth. I love that players have started to splash this engine into basically every single deck.
Totally. Agreed.
Especially in this one, in the Snake Eyes deck. There's 2 more cards in hand. We can't generically just go into our Snake Eyes engine with 2 monsters anymore, or can we? We're going to... Is this a Draco
Sack?
Yeah.
Okay, we summon out 2 tokens here. Do we play something like Cherubini, or are we just going to use them as...
Sick.
Maybe we go up to Saruja even, because there is Saruja Skuldred in his extra deck, and that could also enable cards from the hand then initially.
And the birth, you're producing a lot of bodies with
oh, look at
with
that!
Spider.
Did I actually anticipate it correctly? That might be our way to summon out the monster from our hand, isn't it? There
4
it is!
materials.
Saruja Skuldred on the field. Also a card, this deck feels like a blast of the past. Of course, the Snake Eye cards are kind of recently, but all these other cards around it have been very popular like a year ago.
I feel like this is what a Lightsworn deck should do, right? Summon out the Saryuja for 4, draw 4 cards, and then keep comboing on. But now, since these consistency hits with Poplar and Snake Eyes Ash, they are limited now. I think you kind of need that little bit of a kickstart, this little bit of help from the Saryuja, and now you can just really get your engine going. That is so good by Leonardo Sacchetti.
And I think the best thing about the Kashtira cards is they do force out a lot of disruption. As you mentioned, Fenrir really good going second, and then you have this almost haymaker play that this deck now offers with the Draco Sack going for the Saryuja, digging for those combo pieces, putting back Poplar potentially as well, which is a really important aspect of the deck now, since Poplar is recently limited. It's not a card you want to see in your hand.
Oh, but we summon out Unicorn. We're just playing Kashtira at this point. But oh my, we're boosting the Diabellstar there as well through the effect of Saruja. I think we're just trying to set up as many monsters as possible here, to be honest.
Yeah, not a lot to fight through here, just this set Desiree. Now, of course, Desiree is great.
Off Saruja.
Desiree Grave Effect is something to still keep an eye out here to navigate before trying to go for game, but here is part of the Fiendsmith portion of the deck here going into Requiem, and this doesn't bridge into the Snake Eye stuff, but we do, of course, have that Sinful Spoil set. So we'll see just exactly when he'll decide to bring out that all-important Ash.
I think he's just trying to set up a Caesar to prevent something like an Nibiru Primal Being, and then going to activate the spell card, the Sinful Spoils, send away Birth probably.
Very wise.
Then trying to go for a game this turn, and there's not that much that Gabriel can do against this.
There is the Caesar, look at that.
Yeah, no, very clever. Caesar being a very important tool for the Fiendsmith engine now, especially with the forbidding of...
and Bonfire as well. We do not even need that original Sinful Spoils. We did normal summon the Fenrir, but we can just special summon out the Poplar here, of course.
Yeah, huge, and especially when you have that Saryuja digging for those pieces, fixing your hand, and it's able to just get into all of these various different engines and get your deck really going here as we are just trying to set up game.
Honestly, I'm interested in how he fit all of that into his extra deck, though, because Snake Eye in the past format was a deck that was siding extra deck cards to actually accomplish for all the options he could have, and he's including cards like Caesar. We saw that he's including Draco Sack, Skuldred, and all of those cards, and still he ends up, of course, on a 15-card extra deck because he's not allowed to have more, so that's kind of interesting to see. Even Link Spider-Man.
I mean, you kind of lost Beatrice and the Lacrima. That was a start.
True.
More bodies being produced here from the Summon of Oak from the deck here with the Sinful Spoils. Doesn't make a Link 1 for the Poplar to get the free material off of it. Do we have a Link 1?
Let me check.
Probably like not a lot
I mean, Link Spider was there, but that is not working really with the Poplar and is also already used. So besides that, no, there isn't.
You have to cut something.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to be very close to finishing game 1 with a Flambert here that can just put the face-down Desiree into the Spell and Trap zone and attack for game, because the Poplar is boosted by the Temple as well.
I'm not sure you can put the face down.
You can only use face-up monsters. Really? But that is still going to be the game, of course. Packing things up. Leonardo Sacchetti all the way from Italy, taking down game number 1 here in quite incredible fashion.
Flambert Dragon has a restriction? What is this? What is happening?
So not playing too much Lightsworn.
not a great display from Lightsworn, unfortunately. You know, when you have that clutch sort of point of Minerva, it's really hard to kind of push through that. You're going to need a lot of extenders. We saw the Imseti that was sent to the grave, so
unfortunately,
you know, there is a bunch of tools that you have available to you, but not quite being able to just push through that single imperm.
Yeah, and I mean, the Fiendsmith engine, ever since Beatrice got forbidden, it's not what it was anymore, right? Because otherwise you could just generically go into your Beatrice and then just start things off by milling whatever you like, basically.
A Lightsworn card or something else. There's plenty of options because there's not only Lightsworn cards, there's also, for example, Luna Light cards in this 60-card deck. So there's like potential for so many different things. That potential was stopped immediately there by that one impermanence. And I feel like going back into the game, if Gabriel also had that kind of an impermanence on the Saruja, it felt like the Saruja did so much. It was a very crucial point as well. So even though it's a cool push that you now additionally have, but it also seems vulnerable to like any kind of interruption, to be honest, if we're being real.
But I think that's why the Cash Dealer cards are so good, right? Because literally just, you know,
it's free.
The Draco Sack combos we saw creating and generating so many different materials, you kind of feel inclined to use something on Saryuja, and then from there you haven't really, you know, used all of your extenders, your special summon of the Diabell Star. So as we saw there, it worked really well to push through that.
For sure.
To be honest, that's not a one-card combo though. You kind of need two Kashtira monsters, because if you have Unicorn, you can just search the Birth, and you don't have Kashtira Theosis, which would completely ruin your turn if you activated it, because it locks you into Exceed summoning.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we see it's a total of 8 cards that they're running as a Kashtira package. That's like almost 1/4 of the deck. We're running the Birth, the Fenrir, free Unicorn, and free field spells even. It's crazy.
Can you check if Gabriel is actually running that Grass Looks Greener?
Yeah, I did
he
see
definitely
it, for
is,
sure.
yeah?
He is 100%, yeah.
With Thrust as well, Thrust just to search out that grass, you know. Maybe we'll see that resolve for the first time on a broadcast in many years, you know. I'm really excited to see if we can pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you in the meta analysis that I think Chimera is going to take the entire event, but before the event leading up to it, I had a talk with Leo where I said I would absolutely not be surprised if any kind of 60-card deck would actually just go wild here in Lille and take the entire tournament down.
I had a different take on the meta, but I think this one is already ruined. I want Runic Ice Barrier to win.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's going to be happening.
Interesting choice.
So I'm also riding the 60-card train now, and it's funny because in Master Duel, you know, you activate Grass Looks Greener and it just mills. In the TCG, you have to start counting. Everyone starts counting their decks. It takes a little while to activate the card, and I just miss doing that.
Yeah, we don't have any glowing buttons here, unfortunately, for us. So that's something to make sure that you're keeping track of, because there's just so many cool cards that we can hit here. He's playing like Perform Mages. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen some of the things. And of course, the Luna Light package, which we haven't seen just yet, but a bit of a throwback to around about 2018, I think. There was like that Luna Orcus list.
Yes. Johannes Ulbricht. Won the YCS with Gent.
Well remembered. You know, you have the ability to use the Tiger, recently semi-limited, so you have different ways to access multiple special summons from the graveyard and keep creating all of these different bodies. And it looks like our players are ready to kick off game number 2. Let's see if Gabriel can maybe show us a bit more of a display of these grand mills. Let's head on back to the duel.
I got a small Yu-Gi-Oh! History fact for you guys.
Okay.
Do you know why he remembered Ulbricht?
Go on.
Because he is the only duelist to ever knock Sebastian Lemke out of a YCS Top Gun.
The one and only. Charge the Light Brigade.
Also, I met him Friday.
Martin and Kaleido check. Not bad, not bad. If we can maybe find Perfume, something like that, that could definitely get this engine rocking and rolling here. A Lightsworn card in the grave would be able to allow us to use the activation requirement of the Dragonling, but just thinking here what Gabriel wants to do. Bit of a long think on this Charge Light Brigade, actually. Got some options.
I think we're already trying to think about potential cards that could come later. Maybe a Droll and a Dogbird. Already think about that card possibly being in the hand of Leonardo, trying to play around that, but it doesn't seem like he has it. Which is good for Gabriel, because a Droll and Dogbird here would have been huge.
Ooh, okay, normal summoning and then, linking it off.
No, just into, it is a Light Fiend at the end of it. We just mentioned it,
And this is really good because the Vice, being the Light Fiend, gets you the Fiendsmith engine, and of course we searched out the Dragonling, which means once we go through our Fiendsmith engine, we can then use the Dragonling to try and go for that Minerva as we did in game number 1. So let's see if we can insulate with some protection here through our Fiendsmith package.
This is so broken. I love this.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Necro Princess, before the recent Forbidden Unlimited list, already was a cool tool, but now it feels like a necessity, right? Everyone is running that.
Here it is.
And we have the Pilgrim Reaper this time. He was on the screen last game, but now he's on the field. And is he going to resolve?
All right, let's roll some dice here and see what we can hit. It's Beatrice for 5 if you believe hard enough. Let's see what we can hit here.
Yeah, we go in.
Let's do a little cut. And it's time, Mill 5.
I just can't wait for this
Here
to
we go.
happen. Let's go.
Phallus! Phallus is there.
Horus, 2 Horus names, left arm offering.
Just the Phallus, pretty much.
Phallus is pretty decent here.
Sure.
It's special summoned off from its own card effect here.
we didn't really give our opponent any resources like a Sinful spells or something. I can see that Gabriel also has the OG Judgment Dragon in hand, which is not where it's supposed to be, but it's just a card that even in 60 cards you just keep drawing with this deck. But now we can special summon the Lightsworn Dragonling, the best kind of starter that this deck has. I mean, it has some requirements to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, so because of the Vice being sent to the grave early, means we can special summon it from the hand. On summon it then sends a Lightsworn card from the deck to the grave, most likely going to go for a Wolf. We have Tuner access through Fellis, which then gets us Minerva, and then the Minerva is going to send us even more cards, and then milling 4 more from there. This is going to be quite an impressive turn here. Going for the double Fellis, it looks like keeping Tuner access available at all times. This can act as somewhat of a hand loop strategy. We have access to Psyframe Lord Omega in the extra.
This is so beautiful. I love this. I'm almost in tears now.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Love to see it. Here we go. Activate Minerva.
Attack.
It's to be extra mon. Oh no, it is in the main monster zone already. Also fun to see, of course, that Fellis is not once per turn, right? We very clearly saw that there. Fellis coming once, Fellis coming twice,
I
and
think that's how the card works.
Oh yeah, that's double read again.
Yeah, you can't send the same type, so it has to be 2 different typings. So we've got Beast Warrior, and did we
can send Weiss.
Did we trigger Weiss already? We haven't, right?
Oh wait, is there? Oh. Can he not resolve the card? Oh, there's Weiss.
There's Weiss, yeah.
Luckily, there's.
Weiss is a 3-of, especially if you normal summon it, you have the full Fiendsmith combo.
True. Yeah,
normal,
for sure. You are right. Okay.
All right, here we go. Special summoning the Wolf, and then Vice triggers as well. That's going to bring back either maybe another tuner, because we can go for the rank 4 Minerva, and then keep going from there.
I hope we see that. There is Dragonling now.
Hitting a Lunalight Perfume off of this would be really crazy, because we already have access to the Kaleido Chick and Yellow Martin in the grave, so we can then bring out Tiger from the deck and just, keep going. I mean, the general end field, it looks like, just based off of the extra deck from Gabe here, is that there's a Protoss, there's Masquerena, and your Photon Lord as well for your Horus cards. Different options available.
Of course, IP and SP kind of standard in those kind of combo decks as well. But now that Minerva Mill, let's be real, it might be pretty important, right? Because so far, we don't see anything that gets us any further. Or Leo, do you see something?
I'm not even sure if we're going to see a Minerva Mill, because at this point you can summon Judgment Dragon and overlay into a rank 8.
Well, you need 4 different names, right? Do we have 4 names yet?
I assume so.
Oh, that's another whiff.
All
none of that is doing anything.
Yeah, we're not hitting the good mills. We're trying to find some Lunalight cards, really, but doesn't look like it.
Oh,
that's
for a
Link 2 here.
IP, SP?
That's 2 names, though.
That is IP, yeah.
That's 2 Lightsworn names. IP Masquerena, what a great card to include.
Oh, there's the Judgment Dragon. Apparently, we do have the OG Light of Destruction Judgment Dragon. Oh, we're counting. Oh, yeah, we have 4.
Great. 8,000 life points.
Do
it. Use the effect here.
4 different names. Minerva then gets to mill 4 more. So there's a difference of using the new Punishment Dragon. It just means that you can summon it after you activate the effect of Minerva. I'm not sure if there's like a particularly niche difference between the two. Maybe Judgment Dragon is a little better going
Sephiroth.
second.
Okay, but we keep on milling those Horus cards.
Black Gold.
That's something at least. The thing is that the Punishment Dragon sometimes in like mirror matches or something, or other graveyard-dependent decks, is a pretty strong interruption, because it shuffles back everything that isn't a Lightsworn.
It is very good. Yeah, you can actually leave it on the field, can't you?
Yeah, it's so good against something like Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair. All right, so I mean, a rank 8 play here could just be Photon Lord. It's really kind of...
We can also go Sephiroth, maybe bring back the Judgment Dragon to our hand and then go for Omega or something, because then we had another option for a Synchro 8, and then after rank 8, maybe... Or we just go immediately for the rank 8, like sparing the Omega part. Oh, okay. I mean, that is something.
He's just having fun. I love this.
All right, Zombie Vampire. This is going to be able to special a body. It's going to be able to...
Let's see. What are we getting?
Please hit a Perfume.
Okay,
Wolf.
that's all right. Oh, how many more King Sarcophagus is he going to mill?
Where are these Lunalight cards? We've been through like 15 mills or something at this stage.
He stopped playing them.
Why did we summon the Wolf?
It summons off of its effect. And then
we summon Keldo.
You summon Keldo.
Oh, you summoned Keldo. I didn't see the Keldo. You're right.
But keep in mind, Gabriel he's here to have fun. Like, he could have also just go into a Caesar instead of Pilgrim Reaper and then summoned the Dragonling, which would have basically would have done the same thing.
Yes, but you see that's less mills.
Yeah, exactly. But now you're kind of fragile to Nibiru, right? At any point, Nibiru could come down.
Don't worry about it. Okay, here's the overlay. This is the Protoss portion of the combo now.
Oh, he's in his Nemesis arc now.
He absolutely is. I love that.
Didn't mill any of the Nemesis cards, by the way.
There's Flag now.
Better player here.
Yeah.
It's just a skill issue.
I mean, he was kind of only sending spell cards to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Besides the Perfume. The only one he wanted to get, but he just got like Foolish Burial and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
It's really nice
There's
that we can
flag.
return the...
flag effect.
we can return the Minerva, which is kind of nice.
Oh, true, yeah. Very nice, neat little synergy there.
To use that again in the future. And is he reading to see if it's double, if it's not once per turn?
If he's running Stardust Charge Warrior, he can also draw a card now.
I have to disappoint you. That card did not find space in his extra deck.
I think 60 card decks should also have access to like 25 cards in the extra deck. I think that would be just very fair.
I agree, but honestly now, when we're seeing that Protoss, that's probably going to come down very, very shortly. Those Kashtira cards look even better, right? Because like Snake Eye decks usually, when they just got hit by a Protoss for fire, they weren't really doing a whole lot. But after now including all the Kashtira cards, that does look like they have more flexibility in that deck.
Yeah, so a little bit rough when you're playing into something like Yubel here because you have dedicated so much of your field to dark monsters.
True.
So you don't want to be Protossing for dark in Yubel in this type of situation. But of course, keeping the fires on the field means that we do get to lock out a huge portion of the Snake Eye deck, so it might just have to be relying on Kashtiras in order for Leonardo to push through here.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I miss tier element cards here.
Yeah, that's...
they would fit the mix very, very nicely.
People have been fiddling around to see if we can maybe do stuff with tier limit, but I think without Kick Coloss compared to Master Duel, it's a little bit different. 3 in the grave, just counting up the materials for Protoss, it looks like.
Trying to banish them, but he's apparently not sure.
Yeah, he has to try and make a play soon. We haven't really advanced the game state in a while here, so maybe try and link off the flag, and then you can go for the Protoss. But you do want to keep a fire on the field for sure.
Yeah.
1, 2. No.
Maybe not.
Huh? Gabriel, give us something here. We know you are super, super good with this.
He also has a Zephyros in the graveyard, so
Oh,
there is
true.
plenty of options.
Yeah, he now also remembered. We're going to use the Zephyros, bring the flag back to hand.
So this rank 4 here...
Minerva number 2.
It could go for 4 Strix. He is playing that, but it searches Wing Beast, right? Not Beast. Yeah, so you can't really get to your Lunalight portion at all. So I guess maybe the 4 Strix isn't going to count too much. This is just a level 8 Synchro, so
I mean,
we do have the ability to go for Omega.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah,
I feel like that's all right.
Ripping a card at the hand, quite decent here. Or are we going to go for a generic SP? What are we doing here? Okay, we're not gonna keep the fire on the field.
That
interesting.
Is very, very interesting indeed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had the chance to establish a Desiree just yet, so that is what we're going to do next, apparently.
All right.
Here come the different attribute banishes for Protoss now.
Oh, I thought we were going to shuffle them back with Keldo and then just summon the Banshee out again to summon out Protoss to lock the fire out.
Dark, light, and fire here. 3 different attributes for the summoning condition of the Protoss.
I mean, now the Banshee just comes back.
Oh,
true,
true,
we get the fire. Yeah, that's how Ritual Beast always does it as well.
Very
so
nice.
We should not be surprised if this now going really well. Yeah, we're double reading the Banshee. Oh, hold on. Is there anything weird about Banshee? I'll just get it up to the screen as well. Banshee literally says...
If this card is banished, then you control a Pyro monster.
Oh no, you need a Pyro monster for it. That's the crucial part that also Gabriel Nets did not remember. Oh my, what is this even going to lead to now? Are we just going to call Dark and destroy our own IP Masquerade and be Zephyros? There's no way.
Nah.
I think we still have to commit to the Synchro play first for sure. So these 2 bodies are definitely going to be used for something.
Oh,
yep, there is.
Finally the Omega. Now, do we use it here or do we wait for opponent's turn? Okay, question answered very, very quickly there. What are we going to get? Come on.
So, roll the dice here, middle
The
card.
middle one.
And that's a talent.
That's a very good one.
Yeah, we're happy to head of talents. That was absolutely going to be live.
The thing is that with the Zombie Vampire, he milled the original Sinful Spoils. But I
Did he?
And also I think with the first mill of the Pilgrim Reaper, there was a Diabellstar Black which sent to the graveyard.
With that one I'm sure, but I didn't see the original, but that could be a problem for sure then.
Oh, what are we doing now? Are we overlaying 2 Link 2s into 4 Strix? That isn't... completely right.
Sequence?
That is sequence.
All right. Okay.
Maybe just, I think we may
Protoss
just see
Desiree?
Protoss Desiree. Yeah, after all of this, just Protoss Desiree honestly seems like a waste, but it could still be a very good way of winning because we also resolve the Omega, of course.
All right. So we can put back the Vice here for the fusion summon.
I think Gabriel is freestyling right now.
I would say so
New
too.
combos, yep.
Yep, Weiss is getting used for that. It's so handy that he's also a Light Fiend, man. Oh, yeah, there it is. Gabriel using the effect, equipping it from the field. Now Protoss. Of course, Desiree is a light monster and therefore would not be destroyed by the effect.
I mean, Dark is still okay.
Is it really?
I don't
Like,
know.
against that deck, how many Dark monsters are there
So
even?
a lot of the good
Animal.
extra deck going second cards are Darks. It prevents Dark, it prevents SP. So there is like some benefit, but yeah, it's rough here as we pass. Yeah, critical misstep with the Nemesis not being brought back, or not leaving the Nemesis on the field in order to lock down fire.
Nah, he's fine.
Let's see this.
It's okay.
Leonardo still has to find the right cards to break through this because no Dark monsters for him. I think Dibelster the Black, which honestly is the most important one of these. Again, the Book of Eclipse Bow.
The MVP, as we've seen in this match so far, setting the Desiree and the Protoss. So not triggering any monster effects here. If another talent has been drawn, that's not going to be live.
I think Gabriel could really use a Fairy Tale Snow.
Snow would be very nice. Now, don't forget, we still have the Black Goat. So there is there is a little bit of disruption here, as well as the Keldo. So there's room for a little bit of
I mean, if there's
here.
original, let's start. Yeah, there is original, so you might want to preemptively use the Keldo. You should have maybe just done that on your own turn, right? Because now you can't really do it anymore as you would play into Talons, which you just avoided with not using Desiree. So that one race off there is already the world here for Leonardo because it gets him to everything he needs with the Kashtira cards.
Okay, here's the Unicorn that's going to search out Birth. And we didn't mill any Kashtiras.
Oh, that would have been cool, yeah.
think.
True.
Oh, that would be crazy.
There's the original. There we see it.
I think it's fine to let this go through.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, there's. Please no, because you have to understand this card. There's a very specific ruling to this. Even if you shuffle back the target for original Sinful Spoils, the card would still resolve. It doesn't need to return the card to the deck. So if you chain here, he's thinking about using Keldo.
Okay, all right, well.
Oh, it's close. It's close. Gabriel, are you going to do
Gabriel.
it? You've played this deck for so long. You've qualified with this deck to the World Championship. There's no way. Okay, yeah, good. We avoided that.
All right, adding the Ash here, and now it's time to use the Black Goat, it looks like.
The
goat is here.
I'm just giving you animations, okay? This is just
Best goat animation I've ever heard. The goat of animal noises here with us in the booth for sure. Leonard Koenig, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna do more over the entire event. When Fluwandries is played, I have plenty of birds.
Oh, great.
Plenty of bird impressions for us, nice.
Yep. And I mean, we did use that Black Goat Loves, meaning we have called Snake Eye Ash, preventing that card from being summoned. So that is a card in the hand for Leonardo.
So you can't even
now.
summon it, right? It
You
doesn't
can't
prevent just the
summon
effects.
it. Exactly.
No, that was basically the only interruption that Gabriel has left over.
I mean, the Keldo is still here, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's something. And of course, we don't have Dark, so our extra deck could be
It's
quite
actually just the
limited.
effects. Let me just correct it.
Oh,
It's
is it just
just
the
not
effects?
using the effects, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, we can still use the Ash as a body if we need to, unless we don't have a different normal summon we can use.
I mean, that's already good, right? Because that gives us the opportunity to link up to a monster, then use the Birth to bring like the Unicorn. That's definitely not bad.
Then we have Keldo, though.
And we do have
then
Keldo.
the
And
Keldo
I
will
like
be
that
live, yeah.
Gabriel added back the Nemesis flag that he can't get heated. I mean, in his original plan, he wouldn't get heated anyway because Protoss would block fire.
Wow.
It's basically...
We didn't need it.
This is just Ash anyway, basically.
Yeah.
The extra
Wow.
step. He can't send a special summon from the deck, so that's a very significant difference here.
Yeah, that is...
just adding another race off, I don't think that one would do a whole lot. Temple way better in this situation.
It might do a whole lot. You have Birth, you can add a Fenrir. But
It's once per turn though, so that would be a bit of an issue.
That's a very good point. But I think now at least you can't send the Wraithsoth off with Ash, so you have to play the Temple now on it unless you get Oak in play somehow. I'm grasping straws here at this point.
He's got an Wanted in hand, so he can go for Diabellstar, but I don't think you can summon Diabellstar if you've been Protossed.
Nope.
So, yeah. That's
See?
something.
As I told you.
Yeah, it has
Insane.
been somewhat relevant.
Insane.
So, Leonardo. That's 3 monsters, but like, Princess is not really an option, as that would just get mad with the Keldo, so where are you really going to go with this, is the question. Is there even a link to where you can go into? Let me check. There might be Nightmare Phoenix, but why would you go into Nightmare Phoenix when there is no Spell and Trap zones to Spell and Trap cards to destroy?
Good
Maybe
point.
just the Fiendsmith cards, to be honest? Probably, right? We just go into Moon and then Engraver, and they're all like light monsters.
What do you summon off of the Fiendsmith cards? Desiree, probably, right?
Yeah.
But like, you can't go Caesar.
No, you can't go that. True, Caesar is another card. Oh, no, wait, Caesar's water, actually. Ironically enough, obviously Caesar's water.
Of course. But can you go Necroquip Princess? I think that one's dark.
That one is
Yeah.
actually dark. You're right. You're right.
So
Sorry.
Got him.
Gabriel is just here to annoy his opponent and just make him think a lot, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the Keldo, like, hitting an Engraver returning could be pretty relevant to disrupt more link climbing possibilities.
I can see that.
Not having access to Flamberge, I suppose, is quite rough because of the Black Goat, so that's going to be a little bit difficult to generate more bodies.
I'm very hyped about the analysis after this game, by the way.
But one thing you have to... Okay, now comes the Temple. One thing you have to be aware of course, Unicorn does not only provide you with the Kush engine there in general, but also... Oh, we did activate that from the hand, right? I think that came in there from the hand. But like, Unicorn, of course, also has that oppressive effect of always looking into your opponent's extra deck as soon as they activate a monster effect like Keldo. And we already went through so many cards from our extra deck on our first turn, so losing additional ones there might actually be really harmful to Gabriel's strategy overall.
Yeah,
for sure.
At this point, when you're establishing a field as well, just taking out something like an SP Little Knight is kind of crucial, because that card is just there for utility for basically every duelist in the tournament almost.
Yeah, and if the Keldo comes down, it's going to be used on this turn and then probably once again on the next turn. So hitting 2 out of the extra after already going through quite a significant portion of your resources is really, really huge. The Cash Tiras, again, showing just how versatile they are.
I love Cash Tira.
Okay, look, we can at least get rid of the Protoss. Oh yeah, true, we can... Yeah, that works. For sure. Goodbye, Protoss. Not anymore. I mean, yeah, usually you would make Necroquip Princess out of these two there, but you have you don't have the opportunity to go into a Dark Monster, therefore just using the other effect of Engraver here is pretty good. But what's next?
You know, I really like the change that not everyone is just throwing their entire field away to summon out an Appaloosa.
Oh, okay, I mean, we can just attack with Unicorn. Look at the actually, look, we are looking together.
There's nothing left, wow.
We are just saying, oh man, it looks measly. We might actually go for the SP Little Knight, right?
There is nothing else in there.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, if there was a Link 5, you could go for the Moon of the Closed Heaven as well, but there isn't anything, so I think Requiem is not the choice.
Maybe the Force Strix bow, like... That's the only package that he hasn't used really yet.
What are you going to search out?
Okay, the SP Little Knight it is.
Something. Yeah.
I think SP is always the guaranteed one, and then on the follow-up, the Force Strix, as you mentioned, could be an option to prevent what is inevitably going to be a Lunalight top deck, surely, after milling that many cards and not seeing a Perfume.
Must be. Must absolutely
be. What is the Lunalight engine going to do from the main deck? Because we have just seen the possible threats from the extra deck, which are none.
Yeah, from the extra, not a lot. Like, you can bring back Kaleido Chick and then banish, discard, add the Tiger, try and do something from there. But we've got so much stuff that's just been hit here and used.
I think one thing that could be useful would be the Horus cards, right? If we just get the Horus cards going, that's a lot of monsters immediately. Just draw King Sarcophagus, and he could be back in this.
For sure.
Or the field spell.
Did we draw Tanky? I think we drew Tanky, man.
Oh, that sounds like a Kaleido Chick. I would have loved a Caldo activation to get back the King Sarcophagus. Or an Imseti, just to have a higher chance, because I don't think he's running the field spell, so
no,
makes top decking the Horus cards impossible when there are none in the deck.
There it is, for the first time in many years on a broadcast. It is the Lunalight Tiger, recently unlocked to 2 copies, being searched out from this Tenki. And this is a decent amount of bodies this is going to generate, because we can bring back Kaleido Chick, bounce the Tiger with the Martin, reactivate the Tiger. But again, what does this really amount to? Because we've looked at the extra deck and there's just not a lot of tools here.
I feel like You're being a very negative Nelly right now. I
promise I'm not trying to.
We're unlocking our inner Urbicht now. So this is going to...
He did it. Oh, okay. Ash coming out. Fair.
Finally, we resolve Snake Eye Ash on the
Yes,
YCS
it has
podcast
been a
here.
while. It has been a while.
Oak is such
Let's
good
go.
follow-up in this position if Leonardo's going to survive this turn.
Is there any way that we can recycle the Judgment Dragon? Because Judgment Dragon's second effect now might actually be a thing.
Well, we didn't use Keldo, did we?
Yeah,
True,
But, like,
true.
How
Does
do
he
we
have-
get to the Judgment Dragon?
If he has Dragonling, then he can just normal summon out.
What do we have? We have... Is that a second Black Goat in the hands?
There was a trap card sitting there the entire
And
time,
a
so I
flag.
think it's Serenade Dance probably,
Oh,
because he would have set the Black Goat Loves, I would
Ooh,
assume.
Medora.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
now
okay.
we're getting somewhere.
Okay, Minerva maybe?
Force
I think we are
Strix?
just trying again, or the Force...
Minerva.
It is Minerva. There we go.
All right, let's go, guys.
Okay, we're not done yet.
Go again,
Gabriel
go
Nance
again.
right back into this. What are we seeing this time? Finally, some good cards being sent from the top of the deck.
Here's a cut, and we do get to draw for every Lightsworn Mill, remember?
Yep.
One,
Mill
two,
these swans.
three,
Mill
There
these
was-
swans.
okay,
Slice is good.
That adds summons Dragonling from the graveyard. We can just use Keldo or Mudora to summon it back. We can get a Judgment Dragon here. Are we going to see the Dragon of Judgment being summoned using the
Oh,
effect?
please. We're
Is
drawing.
that
There we are.
possible?
We're drawing an extra card, of course.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here if we see a Judgment Dragon resolve on stream.
I'm gonna scream.
This is crazy.
I'm going to judge you with the Judgment
No, it's
Dragon.
banished. No, it's banished. No, it's banished. The Dragonling is banished. Or is there
Oh,
one?
no.
Yeah, we banished
Yeah,
it from
we had to. We
the
had to.
Minerva, didn't we?
Yep. There's fellas in there.
No, I'm
Also-
crying too.
We can use Felis's field effect to destroy something. That's a little bit of removal. It's like a Judgment Dragon for one.
To get to Millmore.
I mean, there's not that many cards, so sure.
We haven't used Yellow Martin yet, have we?
I don't think so, no.
We
Yeah.
can do more Lunar Light cards.
Yeah, so there is, like, again, I'm just looking at this extra deck. What's left? SP's gone. We've got Force Strix. That doesn't add anything because Zephyros has been used. Oh, tough spot for Gabe.
Look, I love this deck. Like, there's so much happening. Well, there's also
Okay,
Engraver is
okay.
also like a removal. We could actually go for an.
Maybe
Are
we
we
can
going
just
to
go
go for a
through
win
this.
here?
Yeah, I think we can actually push through this. There
That
is
is
a
insane.
chance.
You can just use Keldo and Mudora to put back some Felice and Wolves, and then activate Felice and hope.
And then Millmore. You can put back a bunch of extra deck cards.
This could be a very iconic turn here. This has the potential to still go into Gabriel's favor, even though it looked pretty sad on the last turn.
I love that there's like still clowns left. That's great.
Oh yeah, those two.
Honk honk.
Oh, Lurie. Coming back.
Here's Lurie brought back from the discard for effect off of the Tract.
Gonna see a Requiem, bro.
Yeah. No, wait, that one's gone, right?
I think there's...
No, I think
Do we
they're
still
right
have
in there.
one Requiem?
still,
Okay,
yeah.
we still have Requiem, okay.
There it is, my guy.
Okay, we're doing stuff.
This is looking like it might be an old.
Oh, is there another Engraver? Let's hope there's
Jeez.
another Engraver.
Show us the Engraver.
Oh,
Show
yes,
us
there
the
is.
Engraver.
Okay.
There it is. Okay,
Here
perfect.
he is.
On the field. Engraver needs to like send the card that is equipped to itself, right? Because there's still chilling a Desiree down there as well, which we could we can't use for that, sadly, though.
Oh no, we are going to use the Felis effect?
Oh.
Chain
Oh,
Keldo.
wow.
Yeah. Chain Keldo and
Chain
put it
Keldo
back.
put back all your Lightsworn?
No, we're not.
Okay.
What is he trying to find there? A perfume?
Alright, here we go. Mill 3.
Mill 3.
Vice, that's been
Vice.
used.
Light has been triggered. No, how
Yeah.
are you that bad at milling, Gabriel? Stop
True.
it.
He just doesn't get there.
Stop
he
it
didn't
now.
learn it, yeah. Maybe he did very well in the first two rounds, and now he just has a little bit of a hiccup here in that third round.
That is a chunky graveyard.
Yeah.
We've been through so much here.
There also is a very sad That Grass Looks Greener still in his deck.
There is, isn't there? Yeah, he hasn't milled it.
Yep.
We haven't physically seen it yet. All right, here's
Now the
Medora.
Medora.
Okay, this is the time. We're gonna put back some extra deck pieces.
Gabriel, you had to increase your mill chances. Or do you have something left? What else do you have? You have Flag and
Oh.
Serenade.
Ooh, Protoss.
Wait,
Protoss?
Protoss? Is there a way to get that back?
And we do have a fire on the field, so it is vulnerable. If we can somehow get to the Protoss again.
How, though, is the question, I think.
He has Flag in
Good
hand.
question.
Oh, he has Flag in hand still?
We are,
Oh, yeah,
we are
he,
very
Yes. This, what a crazy back and forth
Honestly,
here.
wait, this is
Ooh,
looking
recycling
so
Minerva.
good for Gabriel all of a sudden.
He's winning this.
Oh, we put back Judgment Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
How? This is developing in a crazy fashion here.
I'm going to cry. I keep saying this, but
Gabriel,
Here's the
there
flag,
comes the
and then
Nemesis
flag
flag.
can put back
Oh,
an
we can
extra
recycle
card.
something even true. What are we going for?
Ooh, okay, we're putting back a main deck monster. I didn't quite catch what that was.
search the Protoss.
Flag search Protoss.
Oh, it's a top
What was the card
card.
that
It
he
was
put?
Medora.
It
We
was-
just put
it
back
was
Medora.
there.
Oh, okay, put back a Medora. Ah, the infinite
Protoss.
extra deck loop. He found the hack.
That must be game,
I think
right?
Leonardo was
Probably,
like
yeah.
laughing the entire time. He's like, haha, what a nice game. And now he's just sitting there like, oh, am I losing this?
Am I losing? Are we the baddies?
Sequence. We are going to, of course, use the effect of Engraver now. Get rid of this. We can then go Protoss Call Fire, and that should already almost
That
be
is- that
enough.
is-
Yeah,
A
it gets
lot
rid
of
of the
damage.
flag, but I think we should still have enough, right? Because again,
We can use the flag beforehand, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we still haven't used the Martin in the grave as well.
Oh, Moon.
Moon.
Okay.
What does Moon do for us?
Protoss.
Oh,
I mean, it's
this
got rid of the
is
Nemesis
so
flag. It's
good.
better than just destroying a monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Gabriel.
But wait, no,
and
we don't have a fire. We don't necessarily need a fire, I guess.
I mean, the Ash is the fire.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Oh, true. Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah,
I
you can
always
use your
only see
opponent's
people
card.
summoning Protoss going first, but going second into a field, it's also quite hilarious.
It's a field
It's
breaker.
also
Yeah.
Raigeki.
It
This is so good. Gabriel Nets, what are you doing to us? Not milling anything, recycling a Protoss,
Effect,
popping
destroy,
the Ash.
recycle, bring out Engraver. That's more than enough here. Is that going to be game?
GG.
No game! Gabriel game with the Light Sworn deck there. Holy guacamole. That was a beautiful game there, and it ended in a way which we could have never anticipated when you started the duel, right?
No.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely incredible. However, if you pay attention to the clock here, we might have a little bit of a time issue on our hands here, right? Not a lot left here, and there's no Lacrima anymore, of course.
True.
And what do we do with Snake Eye now? Can we gain life at all? Is there some tools
Gigantic
available to us?
Sprite is something that you have to be able to summon with every deck now, I think. So probably not, though.
No, I think a very popular card in the side deck of Snake Eye players has been Agave Dragon recently. I think that could be a card people might be including.
Agave.
Is it in
Agave
there?
Dragon. It is in
It
there
is,
even in
yeah.
the side deck, I'm pretty sure. So Leonardo could be maybe looking out to summon that card somewhere in his turn.
Now, on the opposite end of that, Gabriel also has a couple of tools here. We've got a Spooky Dogwood,
It could get
Phantasmate
spooky
to
in here.
draw the Dogwood, Perillia to draw the Dogwood. I mean, it's going to really come down to like which
that
hand
dog-
traps he can. Yeah.
60 cards though, right?
60 cards, I know. That's why we have so many draw cards, I suppose, to try and dig for this. Really important with just 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here on the clock.
That's true.
But I mean, the consistency hits on the Snake Eye deck. Maybe we are also seeing just an immediate pass there, and
Yeah.
maybe like a foolish burial into
Fenrir
wolf attack.
pass, yeah.
Fenrir pass. Oof.
Your
Formidable.
nightmare, right? Personally.
Listen, man, my opponent summons a Fenrir on me. Just all the
yeah.
interrupts.
Yeah, he's really bad. Right? The Kashtira cards, when I was walking through the rows, a lot of people are running them this weekend. It's actually very interesting to see.
Yeah, good versatile engine as we've seen here with the Draco Sack combo. So, yeah, it's looking like this is going to be a real nail biter right down to the end, isn't it?
It absolutely is going to be. And I hope we see Judgment Dragon. Maybe just bomb, Judgment Dragon, pay 1,000 life points, lose.
The cards. The cards who paid 1,000 life points and then scream battle phase, pay 1,000 battle phase, battle phase, battle phase.
No, it's not going to go down like that. I don't think we're going to get to that
Maybe.
part. Either Leonardo doesn't have a hand that he can play with at all, or he's probably going to play for as long as the clock is going to run down, right? I don't think we're going to see too many turns overall.
How do you
maximum
resolve-
of 2.
How do you resolve the Agave burn? It requires
A
something
dragon.
specific.
A
right?
dragon. You need a dragon in the graveyard.
Okay.
And I think there is going to be a dragon in the graveyard. I think
I-
that Flamberge.
Would hope so,
Maybe
yeah.
it has another restriction that I didn't know of.
Or in the
No,
hand.
You know that or in hand. Oh, that is okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I actually had an opponent which put the Flamberge into the spell and traps him with Poplar against me one time, summoned the Agave Dragon, and looked at me, I looked at him, and we were in a bad situation and nothing happened because there was no dragon in the graveyard. So that was quite hilarious. Maybe that happens too.
And then you hugged it out, right?
Yeah, we just had a good time together, of course.
Was a
let's
nice
see.
stare into each other's eyes, you know?
Yeah, it was a very intimate moment between us. It was really, really nice, I have to say.
Agave Dragon really bringing out the best of us, you know?
For sure. But yeah, let's see. Is it going to be that card? Is it going to be other cards? It is Leonardo Saghetti leading up this third game. Let's get back into the action.
Game number 3, 1 minute 40 seconds left on the clock here. Leonardo most likely going to choose to go first. And again, this battle of...
Okay, we got the Perulia.
That's big. That's big.
We got the Perulia, Leonardo. Are you going to play into it? You kind of have to, my friend.
There's a Snake Eye Ash in the hand of Leonardo.
That's
Look
a lot
at
of draws.
That. This is what you want to see. Oh, that is a lot of draws. That's true. But is it going to be a spooky dog?
Terraforming.
And I mean, it's so good against Kashtira as well.
Yes, the Kashtiras.
It's so insane. Against like literally any engine that Leonardo is playing, he wants to summon from the hand. And that is what Perulia is countering.
Yeah. And Gabriel says, don't be shy. Play Kash in Snake Eye to Eye. Okay, that was...
So I think, Leonardo's in a bit of a dilemma here. I mean, when you're playing against a 60-card deck, I don't think you probably expect a lot of hand traps. So maybe there's a world where you just push, like you just do your full combo.
Yeah.
And then, with enough time left on the clock, there isn't going to be really any way to use all of those field-breaking capabilities that 60-card decks tend to play.
Agreed.
So again, it's just about, can we concentrate all of our power into resolving this Agave Dragon?
Very, very crucial moment here.
And
Clock running down, Leonardo heavily in the thinking tank.
Normal
Normal summoning Poplar. Let's
Another
get that
draw.
Leonardo is telling Gabriel, yeah, go ahead.
Do we
pick
have
up another
Dogwood?
one? Still no activation of anything, but Gabriel, I think he was holding back there for a moment. Did he maybe pick up that insane spooky Dogwood?
Do you remember the restriction or the drawback of Dogwood?
I was just going to check, because what are you going to throw it on? Because if you're
Definitely the Sinful Spells, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So to remind you all, Spooky Dogwood has the effect when it's discarded, every time your opponent special summons a monster this turn, you gain life equal to its attack points. However, if you don't special summon a monster that turn, you don't gain any life points. It halves your life points.
Time on the round. So is there going to be anything adjusting the life points here? No response from Gabriel from the original Sinful Spells. I think we can safely say there is no Spooky Dogwood, at least yet.
A very important thing with the...
Spooky Dogwood! There is Spooky Dogwood on the Oak!
This is not good. This is not good.
He can just add back. He can just add back, right?
Just don't. You use the effect of Oak to add instead of special summon. You add it to your hand. You pass turn. You just pass turn. Your life gets halved.
But it only gets halved in the end phase.
Oh, true. We don't even get to the end phase. That's
is
true.
it end phase only?
This is a draw.
Wait,
this must be a draw.
Is it a?
Yeah. It does happen in the end phase.
It must be.
It is in the end phase, then. Spooky Dogwood would then make it half in the end phase. What an hilarious match!
To be Sinful Spoils.
I don't know that either.
Maybe he did. No, he didn't.
No, he definitely did not.
Gabriel?
Anyone?
Wow.
That was bizarre. I mean, there was ways to win through that as well, because you Dogwood in response to the Oak second effect, I guess, when you try and go for the Flamberge, because Oak's other ability is to attack. Gabriel must know that. There's no way he
has played a lot of this.
He's played a lot of Snake Eye. He knows that you can just Oak add in that situation.
Very, very interesting outcome.
Incredible.
Seems like we do have a draw overall between these two players. We did have quite the match, though. Let's be real. That was fun. It was really not what I thought, because going into the match, I was thinking, hey, we probably are going to see one huge Lightsworn field. Never really saw that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then maybe a good Snake Eye field, and then maybe a back and forth game 3. But those games, game 1 was a blowout.
Yeah, definitely.
For Leonardo. Game 2 felt like a blowout too, but then Gabriel came back in incredible fashion, and then game 3 was bad.
I mean, did you expect him to come back like that in game number 2? It was really impressive just how he managed to, after that huge misstep with the Protoss, he still managed to bring it back, didn't he?
To be honest, the Protoss calling Dark just did a lot for him, that his opponent couldn't push through the field in the end, and he was like, hey, I added back the Nemesis flag with Zephyros, which is also a brilliant move, knowing that he can just recycle the Protoss later on, which eventually ended up winning him the game. Yeah. That was, and also then we discussed it during the side decking, the Perulia into the Dogwood.
It was exactly
kind of hilarious. That was a match of all time.
For sure. And I mean, a draw, definitely not bad for either of them, right? That's a decent start into the tournament. We're playing 11 rounds of Swiss, and therefore starting 2-0-1 certainly is not a bad thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit early, I think, to pick this up, especially with the way that tiebreakers are going to work out potentially, with it only being top to 32. So it is a bit of a concern to make sure you try and pick up all of those early wins as possible to maintain positive tiebreakers. So it will be a long, arduous tournament for both of these players. And, this is always the peak of competition. It's a YCS, and it's really just down to the preparation involved and how these players have decided to overcome the new Forbidden Limit list. And, of course, with this brand new format that I suppose will be the first major event that we've seen. for this new list.
I love it already.
Yeah.
Seeing
It's going
combos
great.
that don't basically start with summoning Appaloosa now and then continuing to do your stuff is very refreshing. You see a full field and you're like, okay, where is this going now? And not, okay, this is an Appaloosa. Now we continue to play on. So I really like the refreshing combos that are being played right now. I like the Kashtira cards in the Snake Eyes deck. That is a lot of fun to watch as well. But I just love Lightsworn. I was just very happy
I was
that we
about
saw
to
a
say, you're just
Judgment Drain. That
biased
was so
towards the
cool.
Lightsworn cards. You really love those.
Me, no way. I was biased here. No,
You're a little Lightsworn yourself at this point, for real.
I take it.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a compliment, right? But
that is true.
I would say we can just
Go to the analyst, right?
sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're just preparing the analyst desk for you. Obviously, a new feature with presented at the European Championship, where we have the replays of the key highlights and moments throughout the duel. So we're going to be able to get that for you, are we?
I think our analyst is just currently running away from the analyst desk.
Yeah,
so
we are just-
let's continue having a little chat right here. So,
Lots to
guys,
talk about in that event, you know, and I think Tom's gonna cover that for us.
Yeah,
quite
I mean,
well.
I think like we two already gave our picks away for picking a deck to win the entire thing. But Leo, you're saying 60 cards. You kind of said that, but is there something else you want to add, or is it just going to be a 60 card
I mean,
deck?
so I was a big fan of Runic Ice Barrier, which is
Sure.
a great deck. It is super versatile, probably. I like the Lancea card, but I think that nobody is playing the deck out of all the 1,900 or so people. So there
There's
is
no
a
way.
high chance that it doesn't work.
So there is a interesting way that this is going to develop. We're going to try this for the first time. We have, because it's a draw, we have a double analysis going on here. So Tom
All right.
is going to take us through these key moments of this duel. So let's just head on over to the desk now and take a look at how this game played out from their perspective.
Okay, guys.
Oh,
So Gabe and Leonardo, I mean, that was a cracking game to watch. Did you guys enjoy it? You both look like you were having a lot of fun.
yeah.
It was a so fun game. Yeah.
I wasn't playing Snake Eyes for the first time in 8 months, so I had a blast.
And Leonardo, did you enjoy, like, I mean, it looked like Gabe was doing lots of milling, but you enjoyed it too?
I could scoop the gate too, but it was so fun. Yeah.
You knew I didn't know what I was doing, so you could keep playing.
No,
So just to have a look at a few of the bits of the game. So I just wanted to have a look at our first clip. It's just the end of game one. So Gabriel, you've done a lot of stuff, and then at the end you just kind of passed on.
Dizzy
Yeah,
Ride.
just the
yeah,
Desiree.
You made Dizzy Ride pass.
It's just my hand was really weird. I drew like all the Fiendsmith pieces, and I only had like really one play, and he imperms my Minerva, and I don't have any continuity to keep milling. I have Protoss and Perfume, but I don't have like a way of getting Luna Lights or getting other attributes, so I just kind of have to do it and pray it's enough.
Okay, so if we just have a little look at the clip, and we can see, Leonardo, you're running some fun cards. So we saw that Book of Eclipse, and then like afterwards you start summoning some Kashtira cards, and you play that really cool Draco Sack. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, it makes for the Saryuja because it's just an insane card. You can summon an extender, you draw 4 cards. I played a lot of Brick, then I need to filter my hand and to have better cards. And Kashtira, with 2 level 7, you can make the Draco Sack plus and go into Saryuja.
So what made you choose to play the Kashtira cards?
They just, if you don't win the games with Snake Eye, you can win with only Kashtira. That's too powerful card.
Fenrir's a good card.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the game it did end up being quite short, so you had that one impermanence. Did that shut you down?
Yes. I didn't draw grass, so my deck was bad.
Okay. So you decided to pick up that grass, like this deck specifically because the grass is now no longer forbidden?
Yeah, I wanted to play something fun. I came to play Time Wizard. I'm playing Harrison later, so I came to have some fun. And yeah, my first game with the deck was round 1 today. So.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So, I mean, at the beginning of the next game here, we have another clip where, well, not at the beginning, but halfway through, it looked like you may have not quite ended up how you wanted.
The
no
Banshee.
fire monsters.
Yeah, so I didn't know that Banshee needs a Pyro on the field to revive when he gets banished. So I bounced it. I bounced my Nemesis flag first with the Zephyrs to go and make Omega. But then when I banish the Banshee, I don't have a Fire True. So now we get into this weird predicament because I have an IP on the field. If I Protoss Call Dark, I can't. I have popped my own IP. So I say, okay, let's just make this array. Let's get that. But I actually have a lot of interrupt with like both Shufflers and the Black Goat Laughs. But it was more complicated than it should be.
So, Leonardo, did you kind of clock what was going on? That once the flag went back to hand, that there wasn't going to be a Protoss?
Why not? I guess it makes a fire in another way, but a dark hit so much.
Yeah.
The dark hit so much, and he won with the Omega because he banished the talent.
The Omega was good,
With
yeah.
the talent, I would be in a greater position.
Yeah. Did you have a dark in hand? Do you have Witch?
No,
Oh,
but
Witch.
I couldn't be SP.
Oh, you couldn't SP me. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I can't
yeah.
SP.
Yeah, so the dark on the thing was very
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or the mask, the Masquerena.
Oh yeah, of course, that makes sense.
So we saw, like, later in the turn, you got the chance to look at Gabriel's extra deck. It looked like quite a difficult decision. What was going through your head? So in the next clip there, we just saw Gabriel's whole extra deck on the
It
field.
says what he can do in this moment. It was so difficult. I would banish the moon, but I guess he had the engraver in the grave.
Oh, I drew Graver of the Minerva man.
Oh, but SP was the too generic.
It made sense.
The safe choice.
So is that what you thought too, Gabriel? Was anything you were thinking about when?
It didn't really matter because I have Nemesis Flag in hand and I have Protoss and the Shuffler Engrave, so I can just shuffle it and just Protoss him for fire actually this time. So my thought process is like, I don't care about this unicorn, I'm just gonna Protoss, it's gonna be
Yeah,
fine.
you mean like the black gold? Yeah, you
Yeah.
were safe. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually you predicted, so I had it on the next clip. It was very cool there, resolving the Protoss again. Even though it died, you can put it back into your deck and then
Yeah.
summon it again to call fire and win the game. So I guess this is kind of what was supposed to happen.
It was so we got there eventually. It took a while, but we got there.
So yeah, I mean this is pretty cool to see, like the Protoss coming back, shuffling back the cards. Didn't get to see a huge amount of Lunar Light, so have you practiced with that? Do you know what that can really do?
Yeah, so this game I didn't hit a way to catch Tiger, so I had like the spell in hand, the trap in hand, but I had no pitches or King Sark, so it was stuck in my hand and I had no Tiger access.
Which trap it was?
The Lunar Light trap, the Serenade Dance.
Ah, the Serenade.
So my hand was like Serenade Dance Budora, but I didn't hit King
Okay,
Sark
okay,
or
okay.
Perfume, so I couldn't actually
Yeah,
access it.
yeah, got it. I think he was playing the trap of the light sword.
Oh, no, you can't set that if you use left arm offering.
Oh yeah, sure.
Conflicts.
Or
Yeah.
for grass.
Well, yeah, I mean it looked like you two are both having a lot of fun, and still now. So
Yeah.
right, I mean you got to show off the Protoss.
Yeah,
And then, I mean game 3 was a little bit shorter.
Time situation.
Yeah, we was on time.
I overthunk it, so I was like, okay, we have Dogwood. And it activates the effect of Oak to add back. I didn't want to use it on original because I was afraid of him summoning Birch, who has 0 attack. So I'm like, oh, I can do an Oak because he can't cross out his own Oak because he only plays 1. And I forgot, oh yeah, Oak adds from hand. He adds, and I'm like, oh. I'm on no sleep, it hasn't been the best performance today, but I can have fun, I'm having a lot of fun.
So we can see, yeah, we saw it on the clip there. So do you think if you'd known that, or if you'd thought about that, you'd have waited a little bit longer?
I just do it on original. Just,
Okay, yeah. I mean,
yeah, just
It
on
was
original.
a bit
Yeah,
safer,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, if you do it on the original, then he summons a monster with 0 attack, and you still
And
don't
I
lose
could
half.
pass, and the life was off.
I feel like not everyone plays Birch as well, so it depends on you playing Birch first,
Yeah,
and
so-
then that. So yeah.
So have you got a plan for the? I mean, I suppose if the system
Yeah, I
comes down,
switched
it's very
the side
difficult.
the Agave Dragon for
yeah.
make 100 or 200 based on Saryuja or Flame Birch.
So have you got any other plan? You just have to draw that Dogwood in your 60 cards.
Draw Dogwood in 60 card is a solid plan, yeah.
I can make Gaga Cowboy, so I can take 800 points off my opponent.
You play in the side?
Yeah.
I seen you switching.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys. That looked like a very long
Thank
and tough
you.
game, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and it was really nice to have you
Yeah,
here to have
yeah,
a
yeah,
chat
it was
together.
fun.
It's the first time I think we've done this
True,
on
true.
the analysis, so everyone at home, I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the game and the analysis, seeing these great players have a lot of fun with the Lightsworn deck and the Snake Eye Kashtira deck. So keep watching, and we'll be back with another feature match soon.